Now, the next part that we look at in terms of the adaptation of the leaf to photosynthesis is the Palisade cell. The Palisade cells are closely packed to maximize the absorption of sunlight energy. When we say they are closely packed, this is what we imply, that these cells are packed in such a way that there is no space in between them. So if the light is coming from the upper part of the leaf, then you can be sure that there will be no opportunity of this light escaping to the inner part. The maximization of the absorption of light energy from the upper part is enhanced because of the close packing of the Palisade cells to maximize the absorption of sunlight energy. As seen from this particular diagram, you will discover that the Palisade layer has cells which are very close to each other. There's no space in between these particular cells. Now, if you are to compare these ones and the cells in the spongy mesophyll section, these ones have got large air spaces in between. There is an adaptation for that, which we're going to be looking at. But at the moment, the Palisade cells are so close to each other to enhance the absorption of light energy. Now, apart from that, the Palisade cells also are located on the upper surface of the leaf to maximize the absorption of sunlight energy. I believe that there is no other place in the world where sunlight can be able to come from the bottom. Unless if someone is there and has that information, please kindly reach me. So the light energy from the sun comes from the upper part because the sun is up the sky. So the location of the Palisade cell is strategic on the leaf to ensure that there is maximum absorption of sunlight energy. Now, that's not all about the Palisade cells. The Palisade cells also contain lots and lots of chloroplasts. It has a lot of chloroplasts, which also have a lot of chlorophyll molecules that absorb sunlight energy for photosynthesis. If I may take you to our previous lesson, remember we looked at the chloroplasts as an organelle where this particular process of photosynthesis takes place. And we said that inside the chloroplast we have what we call the grana. One or singular form is the granum. So the various stacks of grana have very many molecules of chlorophyll. If just one particular chloroplast has so many grana, and each grana has very many molecules of chlorophyll, then it is very clear that one single chloroplast can have a lot of photosynthetic activities. So if we have so many chloroplasts in the Palisade, then the plant can be able to maximize the manufacture of the food. So the Palisades have lots of chloroplasts which have got chlorophyll molecules. When you're talking about this point, the moment you mention about the Palisade cells having chloroplasts, it must be attached to the presence of the chlorophyll molecules, because the sunlight energy is not absorbed by the chloroplasts, but rather it is absorbed by the chlorophyll molecules. Now, the cells in the spongy mesophyll region are loosely arranged, leaving large intercellular air spaces that allow efficient gaseous exchange. We have a region called the spongy mesophyll cell. I showed you on the diagram. This region has irregularly arranged cells. They are not as closely packed as the Palisade cells. So the spaces in between those cells, in biology, those spaces are known as intercellular. air spaces, and this allows for circulation of gases into and out of the leaf. The spongy mesophyll cells, talked about it already. The leaves contain extensive veins which have vascular bundles that contain water and mineral salts that are carried to the photosynthetic cells. Now, we have talked about the vascular bundles before. When we talk about it, we were looking at the xylem and the phloem. So the veins have got the two. For example, the phloem tissue found in the leaves helps in the translocation of synthesized food materials to all the rest of the parts of the plant. That means the transportation of the manufactured food to the rest of the plant, parts of the plant. The leaves are also arranged in an alternate manner. The arrangement of the leaves is alternate. That means, if we talk about alternate, this is what it means. If we have that as the tree, if a leaf is here, another leaf will be somewhere there. Another leaf is this other side. So that there is no overlapping and overshadowing. Now, when there is no overlapping and overshadowing, it means that there is going to be maximum absorption of sunlight by each particular leaf. Every single leaf will have a chance to absorb the sunlight energy. This alternate arrangement of the leaves is in biology known as leaf mosaic. We refer to it as leaf mosaic. So generally, that's how the leaves or the leaf is adapted to the process of photosynthesis. So let's look at the development of the process in our next sessions. Thank you and see you there.